one thing I thought about is there are some things you have to do a lot of effort. So I put a lot of effort in studying, and then next what I did is I made good use of campus friends, that is the university friends and the language course friends, and then another factor is the off-campus friends. So these off-campus friends could be maybe Koreans or your university friends or just people within the society. All these people, these three groups contributed immensely into my studying Korean. My picture, I just shared this picture. I think this was 2010 when I first came to Korea. And these were my classmates. Most of them were Chinese and Mongolians. And there were Vietnamese and Indonesians. I was the only one from Africa. Actually, what I realized, most of the Asian students, they are very good in Korean. I think some of them already they study before they come to Korea. So when I joined the Korean class, I remember somebody asking me, 어디서 왔어요? 안녕하세요. But I didn't know how to say 안녕하세요 in the beginning. So one Turkey friend, 어떤 친구가 터키에서 온 친구가 나보고 야 어떻게 한국에 와서 안녕하세요 모르면서 어떻게 한국에 왔어요? so he asked me, how do you come to Korea even without knowing how to say hi? So anyway, I say now that I'm in the Korean course, so I will speak 안녕하세요 very soon. Just wait. So outside class, I used to participate in outdoor activities. For example, 한글. This is 네바에서 뉴스에 처음으로 나왔어요. 한국에 왔을 때. Another place I used to go to is karaoke. After class, we go for dinner, and then we go to 노래방. And in 노래방, those days I didn't know many Korean songs. Just 공제머리가 한 집에 있어 오마고 오마고 얘기고. So these are the only songs I could sing at that time. But as time went by, I used to try to memorize some Korean music like Taeyong, the 소녀시대. At that time, 소녀시대, the girls' generation in the K-pop group, was very famous. So I used to 만약에 내가 산다면 내가 I can't remember. That was a long time ago. So I used to sing those kind of songs every time I study. After that, I meet people outside, then go to karaoke. These activities, actually, there are so many types of activities you can get involved in. I just mentioned a few. Learning Korean, then there are some things I realized you can gain from that without knowing. So if you put some effort in Korean, then one thing you can have is during your academic study, it's useful during your undergraduate, master's, or PhD. Also, you have the opportunity to access other scholarships. So this one, that's the KGSP scholarship. This one you can get from your country, or you apply through the embassy, or you apply through the university. And then for the Ujong Foundation scholarship, this is a very good scholarship. But you first apply through your embassy. If you check, you go online, just type Google and then find Ujong Foundation Scholarship. So they normally they have a period for recruiting foreigners. So first you'll get some notice from your embassy, and then students from a given country can apply. And then if you're selected by the embassy forwards your name to Ujong Foundation, and then you get that scholarship. So if you finish your undergraduate and then you are joining your master course, then you can write to the Ujong Foundation group, and then you send them your admission letter to the new institution, and then they will keep on giving you the scholarship. So actually, I got this scholarship from 2013 to last year until I finished my PhD. So that's a long time. So that is a very good scholarship, and they don't require too much Korean, but you have to show good performance and a bit of some understanding of Korean. And then there's this postdoc scholarship. For postdoc scholarship, is actually this is mostly engineering based. As you know, in Korea, post-tech university is just purely engineering. So, and all students who study in post-tech, you are exempted from tuition fee and you get living allowance. So, but you have to study hard. Yeah, you have to study. You have to study so hard. And then there's a Daewoo Foundation Scholarship. So this one is very competitive. You have to be very good in Korean. Actually, the application itself is done in Korean, and you have to go to Seoul and you have to get interviewed. And if you succeed, then you'll be selected. So it's very competitive. So you can look for them. There are so many kinds of scholarships. There's Samsung scholarship, there's the LG, SK, so many types of scholarships. So, but I just shared with you the ones that I already received. So you can ask me some questions if you want about this one later. And then, so the good thing about learning Korean, then think about online shopping. Like during your study, sometimes you feel you are very busy and you don't want to go out. You can just do the online shopping. There are so many sites. I just put 3 because I like eating. So I have to put each representative site. So one is Gmarket, there's the coupon. And then there's a Tanmigu, Ilting, Pedal Lemenjuk. This is the last one I showed here. You can order food anywhere. So anytime you want to eat something, use this Pedal Lemenjuk. So I always use this during my graduate studies or even now. And then they are very quick. You can easily compare prices and then save time and cash. But there's this one. My first experience with the online experience or online shopping in Korea was not good. When I was in Harlem, actually I ordered for a vest, a cloth online, and I thought when I received the clothes, it was for babies. So I didn't check. I was just happy that I could do my online shopping online, but I didn't check much about the item. So I ended up buying a baby's clothes. So also in your Korean study, the Korean language is very useful also for getting information. It's called Pusokcheon Siktang in Gyeongbukgung. It's very famous for the black-skinned chicken. So I went there during my KNU study. I used to go here almost every month. 엄청 맛있어요. 이게 너무 맛있어요. 비쌌는데 돈은 아깝지 못할 정도로 자주 먹었어요. So this is my face during my first year. You can see, I don't know whether I was looking optimistic or pessimistic, but I was thinking a lot. Like 한국어 공부했었는데 이제 본격적으로 공부 시작해야 하는데 there was very big language barrier during my study. 완전 어학당에서 배웠던 한국어랑 전공 시작하면서 공부하는 게 낮과 밤 그 정도 차이가 커요. So there's no way I could feel okay. And then another thing is unfamiliar syllabus. 한국 syllabus은 느꼈던 게 actually most Koreans they do advanced mathematics in high school. So calculus, they do a lot of advanced mathematics in high school. So if you join Korean university as a first year in engineering university, you find that they are doing a lot of complex calculations. So in Kenya, it's different. So we have some level of study in the high school, but once you join the university, then you start studying complex stuff. But in Korea, I think 진짜 열심히 공부했어 한국 학생들 고등학교부터. I also had the opportunity to work with the international body where we provide some support to new international students. And also another thing is I had the opportunity to work in a local company for internship. 이거 좀 재밌어요. It's very fun. Actually, when I applied for the internship, in Korea, I think maybe some of you have tried. You try to look for job or internship somewhere. It's not very easy. So one thing is that I finished my coursework very early. So in my third year, I already finished all my exams and all coursework, so I had time to do other things. For example, in my undergraduate, I got Korean driving license in my university second year. So, and then another thing I did is I went for this internship, but when I applied for the internship, actually I applied 2 times. The first time I was not taken, and then I asked the professors, because our professor used to encourage us, you have to apply for the internship, because in Gangwon University there's this program called Gangwon 대학교 Link 사업단, like some industrial based Gangwon University. So they select students, or they can choose some students to go have some experience in the company, and this is good for you. 졸업하고 나서 after graduation, this is good for your CV. And then there's another organization, this group. This is Gangwon AMP, Gangwon 최고 경영자 과정. So these are this group consisted of most prominent Koreans. Some of them are news anchors. Some of them are running companies. So once in every week, they invite a speaker, and they give us some talk about how they run the company. And what I realized, this was very good if you have some hope of beginning some startup company. So all of them, they are managers, they are CEOs. So I think it was a good time for me. So we used to have dinner together, and then sometimes we go to karaoke, we sing. And this is the beginning where I got the smell of straw. That is the Korean traditional song. And then so it's the same group, mostly eating and having fun. Yeah, look at him. He's a police department officer in Donghae. So, but they always treated me like a little brother. They always ask me, we go out, Odongo, what are you gonna have for dinner? It's kind of reverse. It is possible. I was the secretary for this group, so it would be normal for them to ask me, okay, what do you want? I should look for them what they are going to eat, but it was the other way around. Always they took very good care of me. Another thing that people ask is, how do you get into Korean media? And I think there are so many ways, but I think what led to me start working or performing in media is, first of all, you have to, it's good for you to learn Korean, because you will be addressing the Korean community. And then, so you can take part in singing contests. Actually, for you to know where this singing contests are, you have to go to never.com. All of it is written in Korean. So everything is Korean, you have to think about it. Or you find a Korean manager, or you find an entertainment agency. But all of these have got pros. For example, if you do, I'm just a freelancer, I do it on my own. You are free. You can study. If you have time, you can do a program. If you are busy, you don't have to. If you have a manager or entertainment agency, you have no freedom. Actually, they have their schedule. In a week, you have to do some programs. Like after I did some program, I already got some requests from some entertainment group company almost 3 times. But actually, I have to decide either to quit my academics and go to media, or stay into my academics. So I chose to remain in academics. So I've never signed this kind of contract. So just working on my own. And then, so these are some of the programs that I took part in. Maybe Yuki is on the block. This is, I think, maybe last year. And then this big program, the TDG from the Mr. Trot. And then there's 1 night 2 days. And then maybe this program is no more, the Bijongsang Hedam, the non-summit. And then there's the Korean National Singing Contest. Actually, I've been in this singing contest many times. I got 3 times award in KBS singing contest. And then I also had some time to take part in this Tastemaker movie. Actually, I did this movie when I was in undergraduate first year in 2011, just after my Korean course. So you can see it's a long time ago. So that's all. That's how I spend my. These days, I got to Korean Gymnastic Academy. Actually, I used to do gymnastics when I was a high school student. So after finishing my PhD, I want to find my roots. So I've decided to join one of the Korean Gymnastic Academy in Pohang. So that's all. Thank you.